And let's go to our planetarium here. Click next. It says currently index 1, which is our Venus. Then currently at index 2 is Earth. Index 3 is the Mars. And let's also jump again to our array. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, which is Mars. And if I click on 4, it says currently index 4, and we have a problem here because we are trying to access our planet names array, which is here, and asking it to give us something back for index 4, and it says index out of range. So we tell our array, give me the object under index 4, and it says, you know, I don't have index number 4, I have only up to 3, and it just throws an error. So let's see how we can fix this. We know that our array has 4 objects, so the index finishes at 3. So what I can say here, when we add 1 to our index, I say if planet index equals to 3, we're going to say planet index is equals to 0. So here double quote equals, it means we are checking if it equals to 3, and then we set it to equal to 0. So let's rerun and see if it works. So we are showing index 1, 2, 3, and you see we came back to 0. So our index is actually 1 short here because we are checking 3, and currently index 3 is our Mars, and we don't show our index 3, which is the Mars. We jump back to 0. So if I set it to 4 and rerun, so the 4 is our problematic index because our array has only 4 objects and the index finishes on 3. So whenever it's 4, we want to set it back to 0. So let's try it again. Earth, Mars, and now I will click and it will become 4, and as soon as it's 4, it automatically sets it to 0, and we are back to our Venus, which is very good. Our application is working, but there is one problem. What if in the future I come back and I add another planet here? So I have now, instead of 4 planets, I have 5 planets. And then my code here is hard-coded. This is what we call hard-coded in programming. So it's not dynamic. If it comes to here and sees the number 4, it will jump to 0. So our new planet we will never be able to see. So what we are going to do here is to convert it to dynamically. So instead of number 4 hard coding here, we are going to actually count how many things we have in our array. So if I access my planet facts, planet names array, then I can say dot count. So this returns an integer, and it basically goes and counts how many objects we have in our array, and it returns the number of our planet names. So if I say print and say we have, and then I put number, which is planet names.count planets, and if I run my code, you are going to see that every time I click, it shows how many planets we have, and as soon as we reach the number of planets, we are going to start from 0. So let's enter, click next. It says we have 4 planets, and still we have 4 planets, and showing number 2 now. We have 4 planets showing number 3, and we have 4 planets showing number 4, and we are going back to 0 because there is no 5th planet. So right now our application works perfectly. We can click next as many times as we want. It just shows a different planet with a different information, and we can also go back to our welcome view. So currently we are using only one view and showing our information dynamically instead of showing one separate view for each of our planets. So this is the right way of doing applications. When you have a lot of information, you don't want to create multiple views and load the memory of the object. of the application. Just have dynamic view, it will show whatever user currently wants.